folks, this is a brief review of the Altberg Defender MOD Brown combat boot. This is one of the two boots in the high liability combat group for the temperate climates, the other being the hike boot that I've already reviewed. A little bit about Altberg. Started by a guy in 1989, I believe. He'd been made redundant from the company he worked from, and he obviously took the brave decision to start his own company. He'd been in the boot making industry all his working life, and so he decided to take the plunge when, during one of the periodic recessions, the business he worked for closed down. And he's been very successful because Altberg feature very prominently in lots of reviews in the walking magazines in the UK. They're based in Richmond in Yorkshire in England, and they make military boots, they make hiking, walking boots, and other types of tactical boots, police boots, etc. And they were awarded the contract to supply the main infantry boot, the high liability combat boot, which started to roll out in early 2013. And this is called the Defender model. It's a traditional boot in the sense that it's not Gore-Tex lined. It's working on the principle that an infantry boot, or even a walking boot for that matter, will get wet at some stage. You will get water inside, and it's easier to dry out if it's not actually got Gore-Tex lining. So it's waterproof by leather, and then using the preservatives to wax the boot, and I'll show you those. They actually make their own series of preservatives as well. Not used it extensively yet, but I've used it on sort of 20-kilometre walks. Find it very, very comfortable indeed, and as you can see, it looks like a civilian hiking boot. So again, if you're in the market for a walking boot and you don't really want to look as though you've got an next pair of military boots, then these would be ideal. They don't sell these directly to the public. They're on MOD issue, but they do sell a boot called Warrior, which is very, very similar to this, and that's sterling £160, which is what, 190 euros, say, 215 US dollars, somewhere like that. But again, I got these ex-army surplus £40. So I think if you can pick a pair up for that sort of price, they're excellent value. I'm not sure if I can get the label. You'll either try. Okay, as it says, high liability combat, contract number there, and on here it gives the date of manufacture, March 14. They have a Vibram sole. They have quite aggressive outsole, which I think again is ideal for walking on wet grass, which it is today in my garden. So heavy dew, wet grass, hillsides. It's got a full round to protect the boot. Very good speed lace system as well. Tongue goes all the way, stitched all the way to the top, so it makes it a very waterproof boot. So I find these quite comfortable, and I think I said on one of my other videos, I think if I only had to go out and buy one pair of boots, it would either be these or the hikes, which are also extremely well made. So it's good to see a British company making such a great product and being supported by the British Army in that sense. They do have a very good website. It's worth going on, Altberg's website. Lots of good advice there about looking after boots, and they make a range of products. I'll just show you those. This is one. This is what they recommend for day-to-day use: water repellent wax oil, and this is in military brown. They then make, if the boot's been extremely wet and well used and it's to avoid it cracking up. Then they make an extreme version which is in clear, so that's to be used if the boot's really been soaked through and you're trying to avoid the leather being cracked. And then they make a high shine gloss version for the military, because I think they were asking for a version where they could then polish up. So this is not quite as water repellent, I believe, because it's got more polish in it, but it's so that you can shine the boots up if you want to do that. And these cost about £4 a tin from the factory directly, and you can buy them through some of the boot suppliers as well. So there we have it, Altberg Defender boots. You can pick a pair up now for £40 or something like that. I think they're very, very good value, because as I mentioned in another video, a pair of high-class walking boots now by Altberg or by other companies is going to cost you in the region of £200. And to me, these are certainly as good, the quality, and will do the job. They're double stitched, as we can see. Alright, so as always, take care out there and enjoy your walking.